Well, for me, I'm not sure it gets out of control, but the level of permutations and combinations when you're in kind of the partnering business, when you start to think about, for example, the 28 moments, measurable moments before a customer makes a decision, as traditionally marketing would have handed that off to sales. There might have been a partner at some point to collect the money. Well, today there's 28 moments where marketing and sales are both involved. There's 7 partners on average in the deal. And you've got a new millennial age buyer who doesn't want to talk to a human. So they're actively going after digital moments. When you start multiplying all these things together, you get into the trillions of permutations. But in the end, nothing's linear anymore. So allowing agents to get a little bit out of control and start to measure these moments and bring them back into a system that may not be human led, that can help guide that customer to a successful outcome. And then if that successful outcome is using your product and using those partners, that's even a bonus. But orchestrating all these moments at this time relies on AI, because no level of spreadsheet or no software we have today in the channel space, can handle this level of combinations.
Mark, this is
I
a
think
moment about, yeah, I'm really cautious here. Let's debunk what are your thoughts on agentic AI? Seeing a lot of skepticism on LinkedIn wilderness.
so. If we kind of view any technology, right, as it evolves, as it's in this state, it's now in this state, it keeps improving, hopefully, right, all this kind of stuff, right? Right now, Agentic is, for a variety of reasons, little more than automation, okay, which is not a terrible thing, okay, but relative to the way it's being sold and the way that people's expectations are being cultivated, we're kind of back in the jungle again, right? I mean, technology has been doing this, as an industry has been doing this for, well, as long as I've been in it, right? And so I think there's going to be a lot of disappointed people in the immediate short term, right? This is kind of why we have this trough of disillusionment, and this slow crawl back up to the other side, right? We kind of do it to ourselves to some degree. Um, I think that number one, nobody is really focusing on the importance of data quality to this whole thing, right? I mean, if McKinsey's right, and my own experience suggests that they're probably pretty close, that only about 3 to 5% of corporate data can support, like enterprise type AI, scaled AI, maybe a better way of putting it. Then, I mean, that's a problem. I mean, that's a really, that's where the issue isn't the gun, okay, the cannon. It's your supply chain of cannonballs that's the problem. Um, so you've got that. Then, after 3 or 4 decades of trying really hard to make technology deterministic, I think everybody's starting to realize that that's just not the way, life is rejecting that, because life is the reality of life is highly probabilistic. So I think that in order to have agents that can make the right decisions more and more and more independently of us, which is kind of the whole idea, right? They need to have agency. And so they have to be able to maneuver. They have to be able to understand changing externalities and what they need, how they need to react and all this kind of stuff. And they better damn well have good data that to operate from in multiple levels, right? And so I would just say that that's where things are going to get really interesting. And then the other, there's always the big externality that really comes in kind of like a meteor and just goes boom, right? And in this case, on a very broad basis, that's the Delaware revisions of fiduciary duty, right? I mean, you're going to have to get your act together on your data, or you're going to be sued into oblivion by shareholders that are so pissed off because you can't support exactly this kind of AI that we're discussing.